Good afternoon. Welcome to Watershed. My name is John Oliver Simon. I am a board member of California Poets in the Schools, and I am a poet and poet teacher. And we have a whole bunch of students to read to you this afternoon. California Poets in the Schools places trained, professional, multicultural poet teachers in schools all over the state of California to encourage kids to explore their imagination and intellectual curiosity through writing poetry. And so you're going to hear some of the great examples of the most brilliant poets. This is the best part of the whole program. You're going to hear the famous poets later, but now you're going to hear the famous kid poets. Our poets are aged 7 to 14, and we're going roughly in reverse age order. So our first poet is Frances Hawks. She's 7 years old, from Alexander Valley School in Sonoma County.
Hi, I'm Frances Hawks. I'm going to read a poem I wrote called Hear the Mountains.
Come right up to the mic.
I believe in the I believe in the mountains near the sky. I have seen them far away. I have smelled the flowers on them. I have listened to the birds sing. I have touched the trees in the dark, and they glow like fire. I dream of beauty on them.
Good job. Oh, you're going to read it?
Yes.
Okay. Frances is going to read another poem by a classmate.
Yes, classmate, and her name is Elsa Chavez. Dancing Wind. I believe in music, the way it sounds. It dances in the wind, like leaves falling.
Okay. Our next poet is Eleanor Kruger, 8 years old, also from Alexander Valley School in Sonoma County.
My name's Eleanor Kruger, and I'm going to be reading a poem I wrote called The Tree of Athena. From leaves I learned to weave, in and out of shadows and sun. I taught roots to search for water. The silence that licks in my trunk makes me wish I'd be able to break it. I am grateful for the way I thrive amidst friend and foe, love and hate. If it be war, if it be peace, I have seen it all.
Oh my gosh, Eleanor. That is such a great poem. And you will love it. Next, if it be war, if it be love or peace, I have seen it all. I believe her. And our next poet is Lila Kreck, also from Alexander Valley School.
Light in my heart. I am the light in the dark. When I'm angry, I cross the sky. Even though I will always be your star in the sky. The people I watched taught me the light of your heart is all you need. I learned to follow my dreams, and I always dreamed that the light of my heart will always be seen.
Beatrice. And now our first sister act. This is Beatrice Hawks, 9 years old, from Alexander Valley.
Hello, my name is Beatrice Hawks, and I will be reading my poem, I Believe in Your Heart. I believe in your dreams, the way it changes around in your head. Once I was joy, but now I am sorrow. On clouds I floated, on stars I danced. When I was the spirit of the ocean, I wished I was a stallion gliding to midnight. Now I am the sun. I know when you will die, I have seen you cry. It sounded like a waterfall pouring into my heart. If only somebody told me you were the maiden of midnight. I dreamed of being your child. I turned into your daughter, the queen of the sunset.
Wow, wow. I believe in my dream. How does that go again, Beatrice? I just love that line. I believe in your dreams the way it changes in your, I believe in your dreams the way it changes in your head. That's almost the secret of poetry right there. Next is Asha Glenn, almost 9 years old, from Emerson School in Oakland.
Hi, I'm Asha, and my poem is called Dark Heart. Dark heart, a heart filled with only hate, a heart ruled by bad, a heart that beats and kills, a broken heart, broken down and sad. The heart has no place to go and nowhere to hide. It wanders and kills everything in its path. A heart needs a friend it can't find and a family it shall never.
Our next student poet is Tesla Rose Moyer, 9.5, from Glenview School in Oakland.
I'm Tesla Rose, and my poem is called Heart. Heart. Heart with its hands full, like a big suitcase that wants to be open. Needs to be let out. It pushes up at the top, but you keep it in, like a heart full of problems, full of stuff that needs to stay in, but your heart is devoted. It works and works for you, like a servant that never gets paid, never a day off, never a night off, never.
Next is Kyla Bohm. Kyla is 10. She goes to the Chinese Immersion School at De Avila in San Francisco.
Hi, I'm Kyla. I'm going to be reading a poem that I actually wrote 2 years ago when I was 8, and it's called The Life of a Horse. The life of a horse will make you dream. 16 candles will light up your worries. A pot full of water will lead you to cook rotten eggs in a dish. Dry roses mean fire will come next. Your enemy will burn your skin. Old couples will know something you don't. Remember, a magician's tricks are never to be told. The sun will one day be done and dark forever. The ghostly stories will come to life. Fear will capture you in a broken bundle. A new claw will dig down deep inside you to capture your feeling of goodness. Thank you.
The magician's tricks must never be told. Lou Welch, who was a great Bay Area poet, said, "Guard the mysteries, constantly reveal them." And our next poet is Mingus Murray. He's 12 years old, from Claremont Middle School in Oakland.
Into the stone. I am the pick biting into the stone. I am the shovel digging out the iron. I am the wagon carrying it to the forge. I am the furnace melting down the metal. I am the tongs lifting out the iron. I am the carbon smelting to make steel. I am the hammer pounding the steel. I am the wood fixed to the handle. I am the miner that carries the pick. I am the horse that carries the miner. I am the minecart going down the shaft. I am the arms swinging the pick. I am the pick biting into the stone.
Next, Ava Jacobs, 12 years old, also from Claremont Middle School in Oakland.
From now on. From now on, we will sculpt our own future. From now on, we will stand up for what's right. From now on, we will not stand lifeless. From now on, we will stomp on whatever is in our way. Yes, we can.
Thank you.
Before we finish, we have 4 more student poets. I wanted to encourage you to stop by our table, our booth at California Poets in the Schools. Find out how you could get a poet teacher in your neighborhood school, in your kids' or grandkids' school. This is such deep work. It doesn't happen in the ordinary classroom. The education system, I won't put it down because I love schools, but it's very linear, it's very straightforward. There's always a right answer. In poetry, there's never one correct answer. There's always a series of interesting possibilities. So our next poet is Greer Nakadagawa Lee. She's 13. She goes to Claremont Middle School. I also should say that Asha, Tesla, Greer, and Brisa, the next poet, participate in an after-school workshop I do Fridays at Temescal Library. So if you've got a kid between 4th and 8th grade who needs a really good poetry workshop, sign them up. Greer.
Hi, my name's Greer, and my poem is called The Boy, the Girl. The boy fades like a lipstick stain on an envelope, messy and improbable. That crimson mess of mouth and lines smudges to nothing, to a never-there promise and a still-there stain. The girl is a handmade Valentine in his recycling bin. All that promise traded in for a fake story. The girl is a slightly torn piece of paper, all her blank space hope drowning in laughter. And together, as they never were, they are 2 sides of an impossible coin, 2 hands that do not even think to reach out, some unnoticed shiver in the darkness, but there is still all that real starlight keeping them from sleep, all that actually there, all those dreams that fade in the morning, all that blindingly not imaginary beautiful, it is still there. They reach out for it to forget each other's smile. It takes so much light to replace the memory of another person. The boy is real. His smile, that is also real. But the boy is also a mirror the girl collages her dreams on top of. He may be real, but she doesn't remember which parts. The girl, she is also real. All that closed mouth and open hands, she is sitting alone on one side of a scale, believes flower petals and fortune cookies, all the eyelashes and 4-leaf clovers. She wants to flip that impossible coin, but the boy, he doesn't even want his face on it.
And next, also a member of my workshop, Brisa Trollinger, 13 years old, Claremont Middle School.
My name is Brisa, and I'm reading a poem called I Was Raised. I was raised in a home afraid of love, a home with faded trust. I was raised in a home with illusions of with money come happiness. I was raised in a home where mothers run away from fathers and they become lost to a child. I was raised in a home where I drive past the trees and sunsets to get home. I was raised in a home with one loving grandparent. The other gave me tears down my cheeks and fear all in one. I was raised in a home where everything was so perfect until you got inside. I was raised in a home as to where I'm sleeping, I miss the sight of nightmares in the room right next to me. I was raised in a home where we leave because of fear of death. I was raised in a home where we lose ourselves inside ourselves. I was raised in a home where we catch goldfish in our mouths. I was raised in a place where I am alone, surrounded by millions of people. In a place where my only ally is the trapped me. I was raised in a place where children point and laugh as they forget the devotion of feelings. I was raised in a world where no one is safe, in a place where all is in danger. I was raised in a world where you can drown, bleed, and die. I was raised in a place of nothing, where there's air so thick it can burst your lungs and water so deep you can drown in it. People so guilty they can murder, and loneliness so bad it's boredom. I was raised in a place where racism is funny, where people fight for their rights, where rich get richer and poor get poorer, in a world where we all suffer. In a world with so many flaws it could cover the earth. In a place so sad it could be an empty cup. I was raised in a world with walls in our hearts, a place with so many boundaries. I was raised in a world with no shadows, a place where it is dark. I was raised in a world with black in our souls, a place with nothing to cover our faces. I was raised in a world where our tears fill oceans, a world with so much pain.
Brisa Trollinger. And two more poets, and then I'm going to read a poem because I'll be at the mic, and give a poet a microphone, and then try and pry him away. Okay, the next poet is Daisy Kwok. She goes to St. Ignatius High in San Francisco. She's 14 years old, but she wrote this poem when she was at Sacred Heart.
No, St. Thomas.
What?
St. Thomas the Apostle.
St. Thomas the Apostle, last year.
I'm Daisy, and my poem's called Freedom.
Wait, let me get this one. Okay.
Freedom. I believe that freedom is a privilege. Freedom can be easily given or brutally fought for. Freedom can be taken away due to our unintelligent decisions. Freedom can be a sense of hope or a swarm of fear. Freedom allows us to speak our opinions or start movements that only benefit a few and hurt others. Freedom can bring a nation together or start a riot of terror. Freedom can bring curiosity or a death wish to an impossible journey. How do you use your freedom?
Good question. And our last student poet from California Poets in the Schools is Erin Jiang, also from Sacred Heart Cathedral in San Francisco, but she wrote last year at St. Thomas the Apostle.
Hi, I'm Erin, and my poem is called How to Truly Live. It's those moments that make you feel alive, on a drive, feeling the wind through your fingers, the rhythm of your heart palpitating as the intangible beat rises. Drawn to the speed and longing for something else, running until your lungs give no more. The days monotonous and slow. Chasing those faraway dreams, like specks of dust in the wind. What is this feeling? The four walls will hold you and try to break you, but you fight and you are freed. Face the insecurities and doubts. Tell them you don't belong here. There are stories yet to be created, the unknown waiting, memories waiting to be lived. Someday, you will feel infinite.
Someday you will feel infinite. Many of these kids have their work in our new statewide anthology, which we wanted to have it today, but it will be ready in about a week. This is our last one. And so sign up at our table and we will let you know when it's available. So I'll say a poem, and then Maureen Hurley, who is the Alameda County Area Coordinator for California Poets in the Schools, will finish up with the last word.
Excellent.
My poem, see, all these guys, age 7 to 14, I'm 75. And when you get to my age, your relatives begin to wonder, does he still have all his marbles? So, one of my co-grandmothers sent me the dementia test. My co-grandma sent me the dementia test. Navigate a loop using algorithm. Identify lion and rhinoceros. Say words beginning with F 2 full minutes. Fancy, furry, fine feathered, fury, effed up. Name the president. My ex, post-op, that asshole, In Ray W., looks like a statesman now. 3 cheers for Murkowski, Collins, and McCain. Abstraction. Match orange and banana, both fruit. Don't assert bananas like a bicycle. Subtract years from 93 till there's 2 left. When are we? Local to what century? Where are we in galactic coordinates? What do we remember? What remembers us? Thank you.
You too will be tested. Speaking of tests, I'd like to invite you to go over to our California Poets in the Schools booth and sign up for our mailing list and even become members, because your membership is one of the things that helps fund California Poets in the Schools. In Alameda County, we have 2 California Arts Council grants, plus a Walter and Elise Haas grant. Each one of those grants needs to be matched with money, matching money. So please consider joining California Poets in the Schools, and we will send you all manner of wonderful things, including this year's anthology, perhaps last year's anthology, and more. We also have little postcards with student poems on it. Tesla Rose, who read here today, has a poem called I Remember. Please take that as a place marker so that you can take something of this program with you when you go. One student who was the title poet for last year's anthology, Where Animals Move Like Planets, Brady Lauritsen, could not be here. This is lovely. I took the postcard out of the place where it was marked. Meanwhile, I will continue to ad lib randomly. I'm also coordinator for California Poetry Out Loud, which goes into the schools and works with students to recite poetry from the greater body of literature. And it's a high school program. Also, please, if you want to get involved with that or learn more of that, please do so. The poem I'd like to share with you is called Spinning, and as John has been repeating those stellar lines, his stellar line becomes the title of the poem. Spinning. Above the trees, the squirrel's nest. Within the hole, his acorns sit. Beneath the tree is a meadow where animals move like planets, spinning around the sun. Throughout the sky, the birds fly like the dragons of the past. Brady Lauritsen wrote that in 2nd grade. Actually, sorry, 1st grade. And with that, If you'd like to know more about California Poets in the Schools, we just so happen to have our program coordinator here, Tina, and she will be back at the booth. You can also Google us. You can go cpits.org, or you can go californiapoetsintheschools.org, or you can even go Cal Poets. But the main thing is please become acquainted with our program and help us spread the word. We are 52 years strong now, and that's saying a lot considering the times trying to get funding. So with that, you've been a lovely audience. We will take you home with us. And with that, we'll get on with the rest of the show. Thank you so much. And I think we've lost all our poets.
Thank you. Thank you.